Okay, wanted to do a quick update video on the progress of my other channel, the one that I document through these videos. Uh, Once again, to clarify, not talking about this channel where this video is uploaded. This is something totally separate. And I don't have a whole lot of time right now, but I did want to throw a little update out there because on the channel, we've recently surpassed 1,000 subscribers. So, I mean, we're well past it at this point. My last update was about 5 weeks ago at this point, and I was at like 88, yeah, 88 subscribers, and we've just been seeing a huge climb in that time. We had a really big bump, and I don't know how much it slowed down. Like the numbers definitely still going up, but honestly, right now it's reached a comfortable enough point where we're not even looking at subscribers as much as we're just focusing on getting more content out there and seeing what people respond to really well. So yeah, it's been going really good. We're monetized now. By we, I should say, I do this project with someone else. So we're basically going to split the earnings 50-50 right now. And we have been monetized for, I think, a little over a week right now. And I don't know, like, legally how much I can go into of my monetization and how much we've been making, but it's definitely not something I can live off of at this point. But I will say that I think if I were just doing the project on my own, like if someone was pulling the numbers I was pulling and they didn't have a partner they were working with, it would probably be better than an entry level job, at least here in Ohio, where I don't know, minimum wage is like $10, 10 cents, something like that. The numbers fluctuate. Like we have some days that are really good and some days that are really bad, relatively speaking. There's always like a certain threshold we don't fall beneath. There's always a certain consistency, but we've had a few videos break out and do really, really well. Like tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views. So it's those obviously bring in a lot more revenue, but the other videos do bring in money, and this is something I wanted to address because I've mentioned it in my previous videos, is the importance of evergreen content. And all these old videos that I started doing back in November, I basically took this side project in a different direction and set out to really be like laser focused on what's it going to be, have more of a business strategy. And part of that was picking a certain subject and making videos based around that. And what's happened is that as a few videos have gotten really big, the smaller videos that I did starting back in November and then into December, all these other ones still get views. Like some of them have climbed significantly in views. And maybe some of that's just because we're a bigger channel now. Um, YouTube might be ranking those videos. So when people search something like, I'm sitting in a Ford Focus, so I'm going to use it as the example, how a Ford Focus sits in a garage, they might be more likely to see our video with that title than someone else's. That could be going on because I think that might be kind of how YouTube ranks the searches. But one thing I know for sure, because people have told us this in the comments, is that some of the people who watch our bigger videos have gone back and watched all of our other videos, which, that's great. Like in my mind, that's kind of what I wanted, is something where people, they like one video and they like us enough, whether it's the subject or the personality, that they're gonna go watch all the other videos. Uh, Sorry, I'm a little distracted because now there's like a siren going on. Um, Also, sorry, I hope my lips aren't too chapped here. I basically woke up not too long ago, And I just wanted to throw this out here. I still got to walk my dog. I have a video rendering right now, which takes forever. Uh, yeah, there's, I don't know, just a whole lot of stuff. I did want to say, I think I've mentioned this in the other videos, that before I took this channel in a new direction where it's focused, all the videos are sort of centered around a certain subject. It's very niche oriented. Before that, I sort of had the approach of, well, I'm just going to do whatever I want and talk about whatever, and eventually a video will catch on. So all those, there are like 10 of those videos that aren't related to the niche we're doing. Those videos really don't get views. Some of them have quadrupled in views compared to where they were, but relatively speaking, the audience who watches my videos focused on this particular niche are not watching the videos just from all the way back. So it's like they're interested in the subject, they're not like that interested where they like my narration style or the pacing of the video or something about the character of the video so much that they're going to just watch anything we put out. Like, having the videos being focused around a certain subject is definitely beneficial. Um, Another thing I wanted to mention is H Super Tools, which is the tool I was using to basically see what subjects are worth doing videos on. Basically, you type in a keyword phrase like Ford Focus sitting in garage, and this website will tell you if you do a video with that title, how likely is it to rank in the search results? Rank by basically when people search it, are they likely to see your video within, let's say, the first 5 videos that come up? And that was a huge help in the beginning. I really think, other than focusing on a specific niche, using that tool was the second most thing that got us going, because it basically allowed us to break into all these small topics that no one else was doing satisfactory videos on. And yeah, that's that. Right now, though, we're sort of at a level where I do plan to keep using the tool, but whereas before I wouldn't do a video unless I knew it would be like I could rank as a search. Now, if I just think something's interesting enough, I'll do a video on it, because between our audience, our established audience who will watch any new upload, and how YouTube ranks us, I know, like, I don't have to depend on that as much. And there's one more thing I wanted to touch on before this goes over 10 minutes, and that's that there's been a whole bunch of pressure now, which isn't totally bad. I mean, it's just moving into a different space. For the longest time, this was just this little project I did, hoping it would make money. And now it's making some money, not a living's worth, but, you know, enough to, at very least for me, be considered like a part-time job. It's making money. People within the subject and the niche we're doing, some more prominent people are starting to notice us, and we get a lot of criticism on the videos too. Like, I shouldn't say a lot relatively, but a good amount, where people will sort of um, fact check certain details, and or maybe not. Yet sometimes they're wrong. They're criticizing the video for something, and they don't realize that if they watched longer, we would sort of account for their little critique. Either way, there are all these critiques, and it makes me want to make sure the videos are better. And um, it's definitely nice to have the some more popularity, but it does put more pressure on. And in a weird way, it makes you kind of crave a few months ago when it didn't matter if you got a little detail wrong, because only a very few number of people were watching. And those people generally are, like, when you're that small, the people who are watching your content are usually really interested and not that critical. Like, they're just going to tell you, like, hey, I think you got this wrong. But as you start to expand, I think you just get more of a general audience. And you could get more uh I don't want to just say crass comments, because that isn't the thing that bothers me the most. I think what bothers me is when I feel like people with authority on the subject have critiques and they're right. Like I always try to acknowledge it and respond to them in some way, like, "Hey, thanks for doing that." But the bad part of doing a video as opposed to something like a blog post is you can't just go in and edit it like that's there and that's the way the video is unless you want to redo it. But anyways, there's a whole lot more I could talk about. I just wanted to wrap things up quick here and give an update. Things are going very good right now, and I'm very optimistic about the future of this project and about doing a new update.